How's it going, ladies and gentlemen? Voodoo15 here again, and I had a great question this morning when I got up, and it was how to make a mission, and it's something I really hadn't covered before, and I figured that I'd go ahead and cover it now. Now, the first thing with making a mission is you want to choose the right area, and you want to check some things first. You want to make sure that you got enough players. Right now we have 89. You got I'm Bishop, so we have 89 players against 68 and 75, so we outnumber them. The fields are roughly the same. Next, you want to take a look and see where the fighting's going on at, and see if there's any places where you should, be taking bases at. Like 86 is a really good one to try and snag if you can, but there's a CV to worry about. So for your first missions, you probably want to leave it to some kind of small airfield, much like 251 here. Or maybe 215, something that's way back here that can allow you a really good advantage. If you can take 215, you can draw a lot of resources away from the rest of the map, especially if a team is really pushing you from that side. So, but what we're gonna do is we're gonna say 251. 251, it puts you in a pretty good area. There's two bases. Really, this one is the one that can attack you. There's a GV spawn. You can really make a lot of fun here. So we'll say 251 is our target, as an example. I would want to take off from A60. You might possibly take off from 62, but to allow the typical aircraft 60. Now, you have a 0.7. It's you have about 500 feet of elevation, or 700 feet of elevation for your deal. So the DAR will pop slightly as you lift. So you want to get down real quick, like. That's something you have to take into account when you do it. You might take off from 44 since it's 100 feet above sea level, so you won't pop DAR. And anyway, so the way that you do it is you go to once you pick your airfield, go there, make sure there's nobody like attacking it. I've gone to places sometimes, tried to set up a mission, there'd be like a tank attacking the base that you couldn't see, and he'll ruin your mission. You want to try and keep it as secret as possible, for the most part. Now, what you can do is you go straight to pick up missions. And now there's one up right now. Port hole in one. Lifting from field 30. Where's 30? I bet it's way over here. Yep. They're going to try and take 86. So what he's done here is he's got an F6F, 75% fuel. That's a bit much, to be honest with you. But he's got 2,000-pound bombs, 50 cals, and rockets, which is normal. He's got 10 slots and 9 pilots. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to do this. But I'll show you how to do one for a CV and one for a standard base. 60 is going to be my deal. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a new mission. Now, as you can see here, you have mission name, planner, takeoff time, current time, field, and the rest is information. Well, we'll start with the name. We're going for 251. We'll just say base take. That's it. I am the planner, so it's VuduVince. Takeoff time, don't worry about that yet. First thing you want to do is you want to set up the correct field. You're at A60, so you need to scroll through here until you find A60. And the reason that you do this is because then this spawn point correctly correlates to the place that you're at. Now, don't worry about your spawn points yet. First thing you need to do is select your first set of aircraft. This is the first set. It's automatically a P-51D. That's the default plane. But what we want is something that can hit a town pretty hard and has good guns on it. I prefer the Nicky. Now, we have 8 slots. That's pretty good. But I'll put 10. Rough number. You get 10 of them. Now, Nickies do several things. They can take out guns on the field. They can shoot down aircraft. And they can do other things like that. Let's hold off on that for a second. Let's figure out what's going on with this. Because this looks like a setup right here. A lot of people on that, so that's cool. Pick up my joystick here, getting all up in the middle of my damn training schedule and such. The hell is it? Oh, there it is up high. Anyway, we'll let them deal with it. We're going to go back to 60 and do our business. So base take. Airfield is A60. Our first aircraft we want to be the Nicky. Now, it's a short trip, but the Nicky, the best loadout for it, being a grid and a half away, I would do a 75%. So that's your first loadout. Now you got 10 Nickies here. It tells you that's flight number 1. You got 75% fuel internal. So we're going to go wing points. You can load 2 250 kilogram bombs. That's a pretty good start. Armament. You want to make sure that you scroll over here and you might make sure that you choose the correct loadout, the one that's actually got the max amount. You see one of them's 200 and the other one's 250, so I want the bottom setup. Make sure that you do that for your guys. You got a center point. So you could carry a drop tank, but you're not going to need it unless you're going to give them like 50% and a drop tank, but I wouldn't worry about it. So we're done with the Nicky. Now, before you do anything, you want to make sure that you click here. If you'll notice that these points look just like this little almost Tetris looking block here. Looks like this Tetris looking block. Southwest is southwest, right there. Boom, done. Alright, well you can't just have Nickies on a flight, so you got to have a new deal. So you come right down here and you click new flight. Now it's back to P-51. But now I need something else that's got some guns on it, you know. Something if people don't like flying a Nicky. So I like to put in a Typhoon. Where the fuck the Typhoon is at? There it is. Oh, Typhoon. I'm going to give it 75% fuel. Armament. Make sure that, well, it's only got one loadout. And wing points. I'm going to give it some rockets. We get all sorts of cool shit now. I'll give it 8 of those big rockets. That way it can get in there and take out guns pretty easy. And it's still got these big deals. Now 75% fuel, it's not going to be a whole lot of time for them. So fuel wise, I'm going to give them back. I'm going to put them at 100%. I mean, they can make it over there, but to have them to load time and all that business, probably be best if they have 100%, because it does like to eat up its fuel pretty good. And we'll set this one to 10 as well. Not 810, but just 10. So we have that set up. And it's updated. So we're going to add a new flight. Of course, we need some C-47s. Can't take a base without any C-47s. So you scroll up here and you put you in some C-47s. 5 is usually a good number. 3 is good too. 3 to 5, somewhere in there. Especially if you got a lot of people. This is just a rough number. You can set it up accordingly. You can always set that up for more. C-47's got a lot of range. I would never give a C-47 above 50% fuel. That way he can still maneuver and stuff, unless it's a long, long flight. And of course you want him to take off southwest. Now, cargo, 10 troops. Make sure that you don't have it set up for any of these other deals. So, here we've got our Nicky, Typhoon, C-47A. Now, current time is 12:22. You can set it for, 12:30 local time. So you got it set up, everything's ready to go. Make sure you get your Nickies, check all your loadouts, make sure they're taking off in the right direction, not taking off out of the hangar. And what you do is submit. And when you submit it, it'll pop up just like this. And you'll have all these aircraft. The typical way to do this, I'm going to go ahead and delete it because I don't want anybody joining it, would be to take off, to head directly to it. You usually want to send somebody out first, or you'd go yourself. Go out and take out radar in this area, 2 or 3 of these bases, just bust radar, and then come back and up your mission and fly in there on the deck and just spawn in or jump up to altitude and engage this place and knock out everything on it. Now what we'll do is we'll go to a CV group. Not shooting. Everything the fuck up. damn mosquito in here. Son of a bitch. Let's go right here. Let's find us a CV group. It's not. In the middle of a shooting spree. Like C30. Again, it's the same thing. You're going to go pick up missions. New mission. And you're just going to go to C30. They're in numerical order, so you just do that. Pick your correct aircraft. Make sure they're, C-Fires, F6F, F4Us. You want to make sure that you set up those correct aircraft. And for the most part, it's really pretty simple. You can just kind of make these how you want to. Don't run a bunch of damn P-51 missions and shit, unless you're doing a fighter sweep or something. For the most part, keep it to Nickies and Typhoons, along with some damn, maybe a set of bombers or two, and your goons. Keep it simple. That setup right there, I call the G-High or GI mission, GHI, whatever you want to call him. He's the Transylvania. And I've taken many a mission, or missioning a base with that guy, and that's his setup. And that's what he runs. On the deck, you get in there, hit the place, shoot everything up. You don't take out any of the hangars or anything. You just shoot out the guns on the town, shoot up the town and blow it up, run in the troops, take it. Nickies, they drop their ordnance on the town, and then they go to the base. It's really pretty straightforward. It'll take a little bit of practice, and a lot of people probably won't join your mission to start with. They may or they may not. It just depends on the mood that everybody's in. Until everyone gets to know you and knows that your missions are successful and stuff. And if they really want to, people of ACES are kind of finicky. So, but well, I hope that this helps you out in planning your missions. And if you have any other questions, go ahead and be free to ask them here in the comments below. Rate, comment, subscribe, spread this out to your friends. I'm getting more and more subscribers every day, which is awesome. And I'll look forward to seeing you guys in the air sometime.